Hey guys, welcome back to another video that I'm gonna put my whole heart into because that's just how I make content. I'm gonna make this video to categorize my handheld consoles so that in the future, or just in case anyone's wondering, I can show what consoles are in my console as of what consoles, handhelds, are in my collection at the end of 2023, and there are a fair few. I'm going to try to go through with age. That way we just get newer and newer the further we go on. Keeping that in mind, the first systems I have to show you are my two DMG Game Boys. This gray one, I acquired from a retro shop for I think $60, which is a little more than I should have paid, but that's less than he was asking because it had vertical lines, and literally bought a soldering iron and learned how to use it specifically to fix this boy. So this Game Boy is the reason I know how to solder. And then this one I bought from another retro game store for $40, and it had never been opened, and I literally only opened it to clean it. They both work. I just don't feel like grabbing 4 AA's to show you, mostly because I don't think I have them on hand at the moment. But absolute legends. Don't recommend them for actually playing games. There are much better options out there. Speaking of, the next up in age is my Game Boy Pocket. And the story behind this one is that I went up to West Virginia on vacation, the same vacation that I bought the gray Game Boy on, and my best friend gave me his Game Boy Pocket that he had acquired from a flea market. He also had a copy of Metroid 2 Return of Samus with it. I don't feel grabbing that right now. Not that anyone asked. And other than this battery pack, or battery cover, the system's original. I don't feel like replacing this because it's already got one, and that's just a needless waste of money. It does work, I just don't feel like grabbing AAA's. I also don't think that I have them. You'd think, as somebody who owns multiple systems that operate with batteries, I would have a surplus of batteries. You're wrong. And after the Pocket came out the color. The story behind this one is that a lady came into GameStop and we offered her money for some of her things, and she said, well, I don't want the rest of this stuff, so you guys can just take it. So of course, me being the collector I am, I took all of the Game Boys. This used to be kiwi green, and it was when she gave it to me, but the shell was absolutely knackered. It was gone. So I decided, you know what, we ball, and that I would customize it the way I liked it. Like I said, I would show you that it works, but I don't believe I have these AA's laying around. Mostly because a lot of things I have in my room are now USB-C rechargeable. So, moving on to the next item. I believe we have... I believe the next one to come out. Yes, it would be this. It would be the Game Boy Advance SP. Now, this one is all original. I also acquired this from the retro shop when I went on vacation to West Virginia about 2 years ago. I got it for, I think, an astoundingly low $40. And he wanted 50 for it, but he told me he'd take off 10 if I didn't take the charger. So of course, you know, me being me and having these chargers everywhere, I didn't take the charger. So I got a fully acceptable condition SP101 for 40 bucks. I don't play on it often, but I'd be really sad to see it go, because it's just a testament to how tough these old Nintendo systems are if you take good care of them. And before me, it had accrued this battle damage. Ever since me, it has not gained any more. The story behind this SP, which is also a fully functional 101, is that for Christmas, I had bought myself a reshelled pearl green Game Boy Advance SP. And the guy who put it together, extremely unhelpful on eBay. I'm not gonna list him out I'm not gonna list him by name because I don't want people to like bum rush him. But he didn't do a very good job reselling it in the slightest. It didn't click close properly, the buttons kept sticking, it was a nightmare. And I kind of dealt with it because I like the SPs and I was kind of scared to open them. But I was like, screw it, I can do this, I believe in myself. So then I bought a shell with the buttons from God of Gaming, really cool eBay store for Game Boy stuff. It's actually where I got these clear shells from too. But I reshelled it myself. It actually wasn't even that hard. I don't know how the first guy messed it up that bad. This is literally my first Game Boy SP reshell, and it clicks closed the way it's supposed to. My coworkers bully me for this one because they say it looks like an orange Crush bottle, which is fair, but still upsetting. For Christmas, my mom bought me this. Yes, I received 2 Game Boys on the same Christmas because that's just the person I am, unfortunately. This is a 101. And the few among you may have noticed, yes, it has been reshelled. I don't know what color it was originally, I bought it this color. But it does work. It's got a really nice screen on it. The guy was also equally as unhelpful, but I got everything squared away. There is a longer history on this one, but we're not worrying about that one. The next part of the line would be my original launch model DS, which you may recognize from my video I made earlier that got more views than I thought it ever would. It actually works, still, surprisingly, even after I got finished with it. Yeah, it's a cromulent boy. In fact, I was so scared that the Chinese shell that I bought for all of $9 was going to scratch that I handmade a pouch for it. It's not the greatest, but hey, it doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to function. And then after that came the next two. Oh, hold on. Before the SP, I was wrong. Before the SP came the Game Boy Advance. Now, the Game Boy Advance, this one specifically is modded, and of course they didn't make them in this color. This is a Retro 6 shell. It's got a backlight mod, and unfortunately it is not adjustable, so I can't change the brightness. It's just permanently a power hog. Now I do have batteries in this one, because this is my main Game Boy. I played all my GBA games on this one. And you can see my progress into Emerald. And then, right before the DS Lite came out, they released the Game Boy Micro, which you may have seen on my channel before. And it's this one I actually had to get imported from Japan because American ones were outstandingly expensive, like $250. I paid $120 for this one, I believe, and it came with a copy of a Japanese copy of Mario Kart Super Circuit. It's also one of those that I'm so afraid for the condition of the system that I made a pouch for it, which, not pretty, but formal, function over form. And then directly after that like almost like a month, came the DS Lites. I have 2 of them. Funny story about why I have 2 of them, considering I only have mostly one of the other systems, is that I bought this day of launch. And everything's original. It's got the original battery and everything. And it works just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But when we moved from West Virginia down here, I lived in West Virginia for a little bit, moved down here, and then we went on vacation up there. So no confusion there, because that's where some of our family is. I lost it in the move. I knew it was in the shed, but I didn't know where in the shed it was and what tote it was in. So I went on to eBay and I bought this. And this poor DS has been through some stuff. One day while playing Dragon Quest Rocket Slime on it, I broke the left bumper. So, in the process of trying to fix it, I actually broke the touchpad connector. And for those curious, yes, I actually did end up fixing that button. That button actually is fixed. But I took it to my local retro store. They fixed it for me. And then, I kid you not, the same day, the hinge piece broke. I brought it back and they were like, well, that's not our fault. And I said, I know it's not. And they're like, but we'll replace it for free anyways because the part is inexpensive and we have millions of them. So they replaced it for free, and I was in and out same day with a functional DS Lite. Directly after the DS Lite, I don't have the smaller model, unfortunately. I just have the larger model, but it does work. It's my DSi XL. If people were wondering what this system pretty much is, it's literally just a larger DS. It also works. Yeah. And you may remember, oh look, there's my face. It's me and my mom. This is actually the DS that introduced Flipnote Studio. Now, I don't have any games installed on it, but I do believe I have a memory card in here. Let me turn it off, because if I don't, it's going to have a fit. God, I want to play this thing more often now. Good going, guys. The studio menu also may have noticed that stylus is the wrong color. That's because when I bought it, it didn't come with the original stylus. It came with a DSi stylus. Well, no, it came with the DS Lite stylus. Retro store that I got my DS repaired at gave me this one for free because I give them a lot of business. I think I have a memory card. Open Sesame. What is that? Yeah, that's actually the original one that came with it. Nintendo really liked Lexar. Like, even the microSD cards in 3DS XLs, they are Lexars. Other than the stylus, everything is original. Fully functional. Still would absolutely ham out some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on this thing. And ironically, I just so happened to have the case for it laying around. It's a little beat up, but considering that the pictures that were on before were already attached, I imagine he wasn't too gentle with it. Okay, next in line would be these. Yes. It would be my PSPs. This one has been through it. I've repaired it 2 or 3 times. Not that I broke it, but I broke it. This, I have not been gentle on this one. But the good news is, I've been gentle since the last repair. Not that the last repair was rough, but mostly because I didn't want to repair it again. It's got a different colored battery cover. It's an American one. But I do have a Japanese one. This one is unmodded. In fact, I was just the other day playing God of War Ghost of Sparta on it. Sick systems. There's not really a story behind these. I saw them and I bought them. That's the entire story. Are they worth it? Absolutely not. They're a nightmare. They die fast. They don't last very long. And then I think next would be the PS Vita. This is a 1000 model. Story behind this one is that the guy came in to GameStop and was like, hey, I'm trading in my PS4 and this Vita, what can I get for it? And I said, nothing, because GameStop isn't buying them anymore. And then he left it with me, and now it's my Vita. And I have since then put a good screen protector on it, and I have installed a good few games on it, like God of War and Mortal Kombat 9. Don't forget Entwined. Entwined is a really good game. Two of the other ones I've got, not the PSPs, but this is a original Model 3DS that I bought modded from eBay. It's in really good nick. I bought a screen protector for it. I used to play modded games on it a lot until I got fed up with just the way it's set up. It's just a standard thing for those older models. Here is actually the one I bought brand new. This isn't the shell that I bought it in. Actually, you can see that brand new, it was also red. But it had gotten so beat up over the years that I reshelled it. Sad news is, I'm not crying, I'm fixing to burp. Sad news is that when I reshelled it, I kind of borked the cameras and the microphone. Other than that, it's fine. So that's fun. They both work, other than the white 3DS having those two issues. Next, we have the doorstop. Now this does work. I don't feel like turning it on because it's going to take a bit to turn it back off. I bought it from a collector, actually, who sought me out specifically to buy it from him. I told him I wanted one. And then I have not one, but two Galaxy 3DS XLs. The story behind this one, guy needed money, I offered him money, he took it. Story behind this one is that my coworker needed money and I gave him money. They're pretty straightforward, no slick tricks there. And last but not least, we have my color coordinated 2DS XLs. They both work. This one's just a little special. I might go into detail on that a bit later in a different video, but that pretty much sums up my retro, I should say, retro handheld collection, because currently I've got 3 Switches and 2 handheld emulators. So when those become retro, I'll make another video updating this, but they're not retro yet. Please God, don't do that to me. I was in high school when the V2 launched. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on which console was your favorite, or if your favorite console, handheld console, wasn't shown in this video, to let me know in the comments which it was, and how much you want to see it in a future video of mine. Talk to you guys later.